guys, it's Annie back with another video where I help you to grow the online brand and life of your dreams. And in today's video, I am sharing with you guys a few YouTube tips and YouTube growth strategies that I either see a lot of people doing or recommending other people do that you should definitely stop doing and not be doing in 2022 if you want to grow organically and long term. I did film a video like this earlier on last year that was quite successful, so I decided to sit down here today and film a part 2 and a more updated version for 2022. And before I get started into today's video, I want to give a quick mention to today's shoutouts. This is something new I wanted to start on my channel to give back to those of you guys who are so active and engaged and supportive of my channel. Just a little way to express my gratitude and give a shout out to my most active subscribers and supporters. So let's first start off with one that is pretty common that I see literally all the time, which are sub exchanges, better known as sub for sub. Essentially, you subscribe to my channel, I subscribe to your channel, and we both win. However, here's where you are both losing. Essentially, how the YouTube algorithm works is as soon as you upload a new video on YouTube, the YouTube algorithm then shows your new video to your most active audience and your most recent subscribers. If at which point your video is shown to those specific people and they choose not to click onto your video, that then sends the message to the algorithm that your video's content or topic is not all that appealing, and that is when YouTube will completely stop showing your video to new people and it stops growing and gaining views. That is why organic growth is so crucial to growing on YouTube and why sub for sub and exchanges are so detrimental. When you are growing your channel and gaining new subscribers, you want to be only gaining subscribers who are actually going to be watching your content to send the right message to YouTube's algorithm. So if in 2022 you are still engaging in sub for sub messages or Facebook group posts or commenting on people's videos asking for sub, that is a strategy that definitely has got to stop in 2022 because it is going to be so detrimental to your growth long term. A second piece of advice I see and hear being said in so many videos is to pick only one type of content and only make one type of content on your channel. Now, as I've mentioned time and time again in my videos, I am not a fan of the words niche or niche down or pick a niche because yes, you do have to have a plan and a strategy if you want to be long-term successful on YouTube. You do have to have absolutely everything on point, have your content be super consistent, and yes, if you niche down super specifically to only one topic, you'll most likely gain a lot of views and a lot of subscribers a whole lot faster. But what is also going to happen is that at one point, you're going to grow an audience that is so specific and only interested in one type of content that as soon as you try making any other type of content, they're most likely not going to want to watch it. And as I said in my last point, that is the number one thing that tells the algorithm these people don't want to watch your video and it's not worth pushing out. That is why it is so important to ditch all thought and all ideas of niches and niching down, making only one type of content, and focus instead on who you are, who your branding is, who your target audience is, and make content with them in mind. If you follow that strategy rather than picking a niche and niching down, you will see that you have so much more creative freedom. You never ever feel like you are boxed in with your content. You never feel restricted or stuck, and things with your channel are just going to be so much more long-term and last much longer. Now here is one that is a little bit more murky, and that is keyword stuffing. As I and a lot of other YouTube advice channels have said, your description box is one of the most important components of your videos when it comes to optimizing videos and ranking in search, getting views from search rankings, and growing your channel. But what this does often lead to is a lot of people just copy pasting a whole little word cloud of random keywords in their description box. For example, I've seen people suggesting just copy paste a bunch of famous YouTubers' names into your description box, and then YouTube will serve your video to those YouTubers' audiences. However, the one thing they are not telling you about or forewarning you about is that YouTube can actually flag your video for spam if you do this, which you will actually never be notified of. You will never know whether or not YouTube does flag your content as spam, and then what happens is your video basically gets blackballed and blacklisted on the platform and basically just never ever shows up on YouTube again, which is going to halt your growth. This is why it is 100% okay to be copy pasting keywords into your description if they are actually relevant to the content of your video. So if you look at the description of any one of my recent videos, I too will be copy pasting my tags and keywords into the bottom of my description. However, every one of those keywords is relevant to that video specifically. So if this is a strategy you are using, if you are copy pasting random keywords into your tag box or your description, this is something you need to not do. Now here comes a big one, which is focusing solely on search-based content. Of course, optimization and ranking your videos in search and SEO is something that I talk about and stress the importance of a lot in my videos. Mostly because this is giving your video a second chance and a second leg up in terms of exposure. However, what I do see a lot of other creators saying and suggesting is to focus solely on search-based content and never make a video if the topic is not highly searched, which is such bad advice because I would confidently say that about 80% of content that blows up on YouTube all pretty much comes from the YouTube recommendation system, which actually has 0% to do with search rankings. Yes, absolutely, as I've said in my past videos, optimizing videos and ranking in search, getting views from search rankings, that is a great way of getting additional views and especially getting long-term and overtime exposure to your channel, so that if somebody is searching for a specific video or topic that you cover on your channel, then you are likely to be getting views and subscribers over time and in your sleep to your channel, which admittedly is the #1 way that I am growing in my sleep and getting views and subscribers literally every single day on my channel. But searchable videos are not the only way that you want to be growing your channel. If you want to be having super fast results with your content and growth on YouTube, you need to be focusing on what topics and content really strikes a chord with your audience. Because as I've said before, the more your audience watches your videos, the more they get pushed out. So rather than focusing only on what are people searching for, what is super popular on YouTube, instead just focus on what does my audience want to see? What videos on my channel get the most views from my audience? That is the real strategy to blowing up on YouTube that has nothing to do with search. Again, optimization and search rankings is a great secondary thing you want to be doing to have long-term exposure and growth, but you do not want to be putting all of your eggs in one basket and focusing only on one strategy. You basically want to be covering all of your bases and getting exposure and views from YouTube recommendations, from search rankings, external, suggested, literally every single traffic source on YouTube's platform. All this to say that in 2022, the strategy of only making search-based content is not good advice. Now here is something I see being said so often in my Facebook group, which is that somebody will post a one-off random video on YouTube that is super popular. That video will then blow up and get thousands of views, tens of thousands of views, even hundreds of thousands of views, and also gain them loads and loads of subscribers. But then after uploading that one video that has blown up, once they go back to their regular content, those subscribers they gained off of that video don't really want to watch their other content. And that oftentimes is because that one-off video that blew up on YouTube usually has nothing to do with your regular content on your channel. So if, for example, your channel is focused on your journey in motherhood or your journey in nursing school, and this one video that blows up is you trying Chloe Ting's workout, well then those people who have viewed that video and subscribed to you off of that video are expecting more of that content. So again, going back to that one thing I mentioned earlier, whenever your regular content is shown to that audience, they're going to skip your video, which again sends that message to the algorithm that your content is not interesting, nobody wants to watch it, and that is when your content dies down and so does your channel. Whereas if the video that blows up on your channel is a 9-to-5 work from home vlog, and work from home vlogs are something you upload often and consistently on your channel, well then those viewers and those subscribers are always going to be interested in your content. So that advice of just upload the popular videos, upload what everybody else is uploading, that is terrible advice. And finally, here is a growth strategy and method that grinds my gears as a creator that I see all the time in my Instagram comments, my YouTube comments, which are people who comment things like, come support me, I also have a channel, I'm also a YouTuber, hey, come check out my videos. Honestly, I thought for sure that this method had died down back in 2018, but earlier this week I was checking my spam box and it was full of these comments. And still, as I watch other people's videos, I see these comments all up in their comment section. So I don't know who told people this method is still relevant or it's still working, something, but it's not. Firstly, this is gonna have the exact same result as sub for sub, where essentially you're going to be having random people subscribe to you only to get your numbers to go up and not actually to watch your content. Secondly, you are basically taking advantage of somebody else's hard work and the community they have built on YouTube, which I can tell you as a creator is the most annoying thing. And also with an additional level of risk, because these comments can also be flagged by YouTube for spam and abusing the platform and all of these things. So if this is something you are doing to try to grow your channel, this is something you want to stop doing and avoid at all costs, because for more reasons than one, it is just not it in 2022. So yeah, you guys, that is basically it for the outdated tips and YouTube growth strategies in 2022. If any of these are strategies or tips you've been given to try and grow your channel in 2022, these are things to avoid and stop doing. As always, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!